Okay, and we're back, by the way. So, for everyone who didn't realize, I just had to do a few things in the background, so... you might still hear a game here and there. Ooh. So yeah, we were literally back. And... so yeah, wait. Let's see, did I save? I did save. Perfect. And
one question about the whole Victoria thing.
Okay.
Like, are migration controls good enough for letting my people migrate in my own country? I think so, yeah?
You
should be, yeah.
Yeah, migration controls shouldn't... it would not stop your... So, they changed the way that migration worked. I think even if you have no migration...
Like borders closed, you mean?
Yeah, even if you have borders closed, as long as you're off of serfdom, I'm pretty sure that your core population can still migrate between states. I might be wrong on that because I just don't engage with no migration at all, with the no migration law. With the closed. I don't engage with the closed borders law at all.
It's weird, yeah.
But I do know that if you're even relatively like liberalized, having migration controls is perfectly fine.
Yeah, it just takes so long to get the Russian provinces populated.
No, part of that is just the Russian provinces.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing in there, so...
Yeah, so, like, it's taken me this entire session and the previous entire session to get my Siberian provinces to start populating. And the two of the resources finally are, like, at a level at which they can build up and sustain themselves. Because I cut... And part of this was also because it was, like, affected and also... like delayed and sped up because of the issues with construction. Ruben overbuilt the region when he had construction rights in my country.
But then didn't build railways?
No, the railways were there. It's just that the railways weren't populating fast enough, and so that caused lack of market access, which then in the process of it all caused what's the word? It reduced the amount of with the lack of market access, it reduced the amount of qualifications for doing better jobs because they weren't able to sustain themselves in the market as well. So they realized that staying as a peasant was better. So two things that I did to combat that is I destroyed some of the buildings that were taking up infrastructure, and I built out all of the I built two universities, and I built over every single what's it called? The peasant building.
Arable land?
Yeah.
I built over all of the arable land with stuff.
Yeah, that should
so that they couldn't be peasants. Yeah. So it's not no singular part of that would do it all.
Yeah, because...
but the combination of everything over time and over like 10 to 20 years kind of helped the issue, solve the issue, somewhat.
Yeah.
Okay, I just read that apparently Biden made an amendment to the Constitution for equal rights.
What did?
That sounds unlikely.
A statement from President Joe Biden on the Equal Rights Amendment.
I don't know.
Oh, no. So, Joe Biden released some press conference. Has had a couple conferences.
Yeah.
In the last couple days, it's not that he was. I don't think it was that he was enacting anything. He was basically giving statements on the status of the country, and kind of also saying "fuck you" to the Democratic Party,
I mean,
which actively tried to oust him and did.
okay, so apparently Equal Rights Amendment is law. He says. I mean, it would be great if that actually still makes it.
I mean, that sounds like he's just stating a factual thing, reminding people. I don't know. I haven't been paying attention.
Apparently, because he says that because Virginia ratified it 5 years ago, and apparently enough states ratified it that it should become an amendment.
Oh, I see. So
Okay.
he's saying that essentially.
Yeah, I just realized that it's just it's like
Yeah, no.
a
He's
final
just
law,
putting
but
out.
yeah.
He's putting out rhetoric that's basically saying that because everybody is agreeing on this, we might as well just say, "Hey, yeah, this is how things are," and entrench it.
Honestly, it would be very funny if that still makes it into an amendment before Trump takes office.
Unlikely.
That's
Would be
well,
funny.
Unlikely, but it would be funny. It would be
actually,
very
that
funny.
is physically impossible because
Okay.
Congress is not working right now, and they won't be working until after Trump is in office.
Well, rip.
Because they're not working on the weekend, and Trump is in office on Monday.
Oh. Well.
Yeah. Tomorrow, Monday is the inauguration.
Okay. I didn't know when it was.
Did I open with my MLK?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, but
That's why I was saying that.
Yeah, but also
It's
I
because-
don't know
yeah.
those dates. I'm European.
Well, I mentioned the dates at the beginning of the stream.
Yes.
Do better
Yeah,
remembering.
and I didn't remember.
Yeah, I know. That's why I say do better remembering.
I mean,
By the way, quick Helldivers thing. I've been loosely paying attention to the community, and it was funny to me watching the community basically devolve into a heated argument over light armor versus heavy armor.
I mean,
Because my perspective on it all is literally just I'm chonking.
heavy armor is just it's generally good right now.
heavy armor is good, and I would say it makes it easier. But if you go from an efficiency perspective and you can play with light armor, it's better because you're faster. And does clearing stuff
technically, yes,
faster.
That's true.
In that sense.
I just have fun chonking.
I mean, it's
Being
not
the
bad
strongest
even. Like
party.
against some, it's pretty good. But yeah.
It's generally
And
good. It lowers the skill
I
floor.
can use I can effectively use the heavy armor against enemies in situations where light armor or medium armor is preferable. So that's my skill aspect to it.
That's not the point, Zeb. The point is how fast you can clear
yeah.
missions. So, in the end, yes, light armor is the optimal play at a certain skill level. Yes.
Yeah, but it's like heavy armor still gives you a good amount of survivability, so it's not bad.
Yeah, the point wasn't survivability. If it's from survivability standpoint, of course, heavy armor beats everything.
Yeah, right.
It's that's its job. It should do it.
Yep.
Heavy armor is basically skill floor lowering. And since the game isn't that hard to begin with, you can play everything with that.
Oh, the Democracy Space Station is back in action.
Oh yeah, they were talking about that. Yeah. I never played when it was active, but I've heard the stuff that I've heard has been chaotic and hilarious.
So, what do we do?
Use the repaired DSS to repel the ongoing Illuminate invasion. So basically,
What action are we gonna fight?
do we want to kill the Illuminate first again?
Okay. If that's
Yeah.
what you would like to do, then I'm fine
We're
with
not
that.
farming anyway, so let's do some suicide missions. Let's do this.
Let us continue our
Okay,
progress.
retrieve Rick Craft Intel, destroy
Oh, yeah, right. We haven't decided which war bonds we wanted to buy.
Initiating
I don't want to buy any more. I mean, I'm
system.
so here's the thing. Okay, wait, right. Zeb, I kind of want to talk with you about that, because we would probably need to sit
What?
down and farm a bit if we want to do a bit more Helldivers in the future. Because we have, here's an idea we kind of want to do. at least in
Right.
one stream, it's oops all flamethrowers. Or, oops all fire. Basically, the problem is,
Yeah.
there are a few war ones I want to get first, because, the Urban Legends one has really good shit in it, and similar, I think, cutting edge, so I want to get those first. But the third one then would be, the Freedom's Flame, so that the idea would be, we go in with main weapon flamethrower, secondary weapon flamethrower, and all the stratagems are just fire based. And then see how far we get with that.
Please make that mission that we do against bugs.
Oh.
As the prime fire user of the squad.
No,
I
here's the
don't
thing.
like using fire against bots.
Here's the thing.
It's okay, but it's not that good.
Yeah, that's the thing, Zeb. I want to.
It's painful.
The thing is, if we get that warbond, the plan is that we all just get fire and we work our way up. First bugs, then illuminate, and then we try to do a hell dive against the bots.
Helldivers to Helldivers.
That is the idea,
Helldivers to Helldivers.
Democracy officer, get this one, please.
I'm just threading democracy very fiercely. Fiery you.
As the fire safety officer, I declare that bots do not burn good. Okay?
Whoa! Are you taking the side of the bots?
No.
I smell
they fry
undemocratic
better.
attitudes.
Use lightning.
I mean, here's the thing. If we also get the cutting edge warbond, we can do oops all lighting, and let's see how far we get with that. But yeah.
You know what we could do right now? Laser party.
Could we do that actually?
I'm pretty sure we can.
I don't think I have a laser sidearm. Let me just check. What I would also like to do is
scythe as a main
Yes,
weapon?
it's in the laser sidearm is in cutting edge.
I don't have that one yet.
Okay.
I wanted
to. You can at least have the main weapon and the backpack.
I mean, yeah,
Backpack and the orbital laser.
I wanted to do. Oops,
Yes.
or laser was another one I wanted to try. Oh yeah, one thing I also wanted to say.
Sounds like cutting edge should be the first one you get.
I mean that's the thing. I'm missing like 500 super credits from getting 2 or once. That would be urban warfare and cutting edge. But then I would really like to get the fire one. So if you want to farm a bit. The thing is, what I also want to do is, the World War II run, so that we all take the bolt action rifle. And here's the thing, everyone, if you're thinking, oh, and the revolver, no, we're taking the Peacemaker, because that's basically a very basic hand pistol from World War II, and a standard grenade. And everything else is, basic rocket launchers and stuff.
Well, hold on. Could we do throwing knives?
Sure.
I mean, were throwing knives used in World War II?
Yes.
Call of Duty says that. I don't think the history books say that.
The history books don't.
But Call of Duty says Call of Duty is always correct, right?
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
Also,
Ironically,
can your history books withstand a throwing knife?
Depends.
by the way, the irony is that both were used in World War II effectively.
True.
Yeah, I think was it a Scottish guy who used it, and then
Yeah.
were like I killed like.
English, Mad Jack Churchill. He did carry like bagpipes and fight with the claymore, but he was English.
Okay,
he was also
English.
just absolutely fucking off the wall.
Here's the thing. He carried bagpipes and like he was Scottish at heart. Okay, let's put it like this. He was a Scotsman at heart and killed I think 32 Nazis with a bow, which is like, god damn it. Imagine saying that, like you return from the war, like I killed 32 Nazis with a gun, no, with a fucking bow. Like,
Yes.
Okay.
But so what are
English longbow practices put to use.
we're
Last of
doing
the
some
Omen.
Illuminates.
we? Okay.
Someone forgot to promote their medieval age unit.
Yeah. Basically.
Zep.
I was looking through the acquisitions thing.
Yeah. Yeah, the thing is that this is a blitz mission, by the way, so very, very fast and cheap. So we're gonna. By the way, everyone who's wondering, Illuminates, you actually can use the Eagle strafing run. I know, wild times. then we want to have the laser and yeah, give me the laser cannon and give me the guard dog. We are basic here. We are so fucking basic. We're gonna go in and we're basic. I have a grenade pistol and an assault rifle because we are basic like that. Armor, let's. Less limb damage. More limb health. Let's do this. Okay. It's kind of funny how the first ones are for us are just the same because we're like, yeah, that shit is good against the limit.
I mean, you can don't take the strafing run if you have weapons with fast fire.
Yeah, fair, but like
if you have rapid fire and lots of like ammo efficiency, then you can just ignore it and take something else.
You know what I really kind of hated? That the only SMG that acts like an SMG is in the goddamn Super Citizen Edition. I mean, you get a war point, but still, you're like, I kind of hate that fact that there's just like, why?
My issue is I think that I can't think of how to design it in a way that would work with the current way that the game works.
How do you mean that?
Because well, the way that would feel good. Because the issue would be that an SMG is basically a fast ammo dump.
I mean, it is, but like also a lot of the assault rifles are just fast ammo dumps. So because like that's the irony. Assault rifles work more like SMGs.
I feel like to make it feel good, you need higher armor penetration values.
I mean, they could do that actually on some of them, but like I think the weird part is more like the thing that I wanted to say is that SMGs in this game, like every SMG besides the one again in the Super Citizen Edition.
Who goes where? Give me an answer.
I'm going down into the city and destroy that.
So you go south. Okay.
Yeah, so shit. Because again, the point what I was point out is basically every SMG you can get in the game, like in War Ones and base stuff, is slow firing heavy hitter. So basically an assault rifle, and all the assault rifles are fast firing with little penetrations. Like you listen, people, you flipped that. It's not how it works.
Sending in an eagle. Unleashing democracy.
Yeah, but everybody needs. The thing is, everybody needs to have their assault rifles feel like a submachine gun because of COD.
I don't even think COD does that.
No, like Call of Duty.
They kind of do that.
Not really.
At the very least, they have some stuff that feels like it.
I mean, yeah, sure, that does every one, but like, if you look at the standard assault rifles in Call of Duty, the car's glitching. Basically every major Call of Duty title where that has assault rifles has, you know, usually the ones that are the most popular either. Oh, super credits. Nice.
The super credits are usually the most popular.
Yeah, they're very popular. I get that. No, it's either the balanced one, you know, one or two more slow firing ones, and the burst fire. Like, I don't know in which game the fast firing one was actually the popular one.
There was once, like ages ago, in a Kimbo thing.
That wasn't an assault rifle though.
No.
The fast firing guns in Call of Duty are always the SMGs. Like those are, you know, shit like the Vector and FMG9 Akimbo. That one was legendary.
Oh god, I somehow catched on fire. Oh, there was a car behind me.
I will call you in a second.
Yeah, sure.
Calling in reinforcements.
Sending in an eagle.
Ah.
Red outpost spotted.
I got harvested. Agonia, if you could call me in.
Yeah, sure.
Calling in reinforcements.
Orbital inbound.
I don't have time for this anymore.
Thanks to you. You may proceed to extraction.
That's just a thing. Like, even then, I'm like, you could have a more slow-firing assault rifle. That wouldn't be the problem. It's just, again, it's just a weird design decision this game has. That, you know, the assault rifles in this game are fast-firing, like faster than they are most Call of Duty games, and the SMGs are the slow, heavy hitters, and you're like, huh? What? And again, the thing that I just kind of hate is the fact that the one SMG that feels like the SMG is, you pay money.
Yeah, I feel like they tested things and they found that the ammo efficiency wasn't good enough.
We know that
Original.
they didn't test things.
They didn't test it, but like, that's not the
Sorry,
thing.
maybe
it's
not
like,
tested, but looked at things. And because I feel like it was an ammo efficiency reason,
I don't know, then I'm like, why
which
that...
isn't probably justified anymore.
It's also just like, I don't know why it's blocked anyway. Like, you could balance that, but yeah, it's I don't know why. Then again, the...
The weapon I'm using isn't ammo efficient either.
Oh, wait, there's a...
It isn't even fast firing.
Yeah.
Yeah, what?
Never said it was a good reason. Just that the reason exists.
It could be I don't know what it is. It's just, I just say it's kind of funny, and I just say it's funny, but also it sucks a bit because again,
Found
it's
something.
it locks basically the one SMG that is also like kind of like a P90 behind the $20 paywall.
Sample collected.
It's like
Found something.
Lots of super credits this round.
what? We have already some more?
I found 2 in total.
Oh wow, that is good. Did we see the cockroach, by the way?
No.
No cockroach yet.
Requesting air support. Requesting orbital.
Oh, there's something scrambling.
Glitch.
There was something scrambling.
Oh, nice.
Rare sample acquired.
And now I'm leaving the fuck out of this.
Sending in an eagle.
Yeah, and
Calling down a sentry.
I know probably some will be like, oh, why are you not playing on Super Hell Live? We could, we did. Depends on the stream. It's like, it's 2:30 here. I'm not going to do a Super Hell Live.
Requesting air support.
I could, but I
I
don't
mean,
need
we
to.
could do, but like also like talking.
Yeah. I can do both. That's not the
We
problem.
should go to the edge of the map though.
Yeah.
Edge of the map, like just leave the area. Oh, Flyboy.
Sending in an eagle. Get some. Get some.
Oh hi. Wait.
Yeah, maybe not a good idea to walk where I'm running from. Oh, we still haven't gotten everything.
Rare sample acquired.
Oh no, not a walker.
Where?
Southeast, 50 meters. Requesting air support.
Requesting sentry.
Well, that's the easy solution.
Holding down the support weapon.
Nice. Oh, you didn't open this one.
Reloading. Got a sample. Rare sample acquired.
Okay. I am going slowly and to extraction.
For super hard.
To what?
To extraction.
Okay, sure. We haven't found everything here yet.
Yeah, but like it's time is running out.
Is it?
It's a blitz mission.
3 minutes.
Well, then I'm just going to extraction.
Yeah, it's like we can do more than next missions. This is the
I'm out of stims anyway.
yes. You can still look around a bit, but like oh, there's the cockrock.
Oh.
Cockrock! It's the cockrock, everyone. Happy, happy cockrock time. La la la.
Found
It's the
something.
biggest and falliest rock
Rare
around.
sample
It's the
acquired.
cockrock. It has cum veins.
But it's not Tycoon Zamuza.
It's not Tycoon Zamuza. Yes, Tycoon Zamuza. Tycoon Zamuza. It's the best crap. They should add Tycoon Zamuza to Monster Hunter Wilds.
They should add Tycoon Zamuza to Helldivers.
Okay, honestly, a crab terminate would go hard, depending on, like, you know... okay, actually that would be kind of an interesting idea, like, depending on what type of plant you are on, there are different, you know, major enemies, like, you know, on some normal planet, like, just the standard one would be the Bile-Titan, but, like,
Calling in extraction.
depending on map and planet, you would have stuff like, oh, it has, there's a crab, and it's coming from the water.
Rare sample acquired.
That would be cool, right?
Imagine that, a crab coming from the water.
I mean, okay, you know, it can also get out of the sand, like, there's a variant of that. But it would be kind of cool to have, you know, just a big crab that's...
Overgrown with barnacles and shit.
Yeah.
Would be a fun, like, water hazard thing.
I mean, it almost sounds more like a boss to take down even, so yeah.
Depends on how you implement it.
It depends, yeah. We got some super credits. Oh god. Is that we've solved that for us? We need to kill 50 enemies using orbital 380mm HE barrage.
Oh, I found some more rare samples around the
Ooh.
extraction site.
I didn't see that one.
Yeah, they were outside.
Yeah, now we have a problem though soon.
Why?
The time is running out, so we don't have access to stratagems anymore.
Well, that's sad.
That's a problem, yeah.
Only if we attract too much attention.
There's no bunker here. Yeah, no bunker. But yeah.
T-minus 1 minute, 30 seconds.
And that's why I'm calling down the sentry again.
Calling in an east. Orbital incoming.
Reinforcement budget depleted. Engaging orbital laser.
If they can't call in reinforcements, what are they going to do?
Yeah.
And if all they see is a sentry,
ETA T-minus 1 minute.
Orbital laser does a good thing. It's a good job though.
right now just is digging.
48 seconds.
Yeah. But yeah, actually, I brought it up at the beginning of the stream. How the fuck should I name that faction in Marvel Rivals? It's hard! Why is it just 12 characters?
I said again that, that the Monster Hunter private server is bad at communicating maintenance schedule and shit.
Huh?
I wanted to do my daily Fatalis run again, but I couldn't do it because maintenance.
Not an answer to my question though.
I know.
You know the problem is that when you see like, oh, why is there a character limit of 12, and you're like, oh, it's a NetEase game. It's from China. You know what? China is a cheat language.
Yeah. I found a solution.
What?
Learn Chinese?
Yeah. Chaos Coven.
I mean, no. You know why I don't want to do that? It's a Marvel game, Scarlet Witch. They would think we're fans of that. We're not. I played her.
Yeah, exactly. We can just literally just do Chaos Coven. If people think we're Scarlet Witch, they'll be like, "Oh, they're gonna bring Scarlet Witch." Then we don't bring Scarlet Witch.
That's fair.
We don't need to be like. It's not like we're saying Hulk. It's not like we're saying Hulk fans 69 or something like that. I don't know.
You know what I hate about that? Because if I would write, if we would use Chinese characters, I would probably call it something like Eldritch Ascension Seeking Coven. And it would be like 3 letters. 3! And it would be epic.
That depends. There are some very simple translation, some things that sound simple in translation in English, but
Probably
are
not that.
12 characters in Mandarin or whatever the script is. I forget at this point.
Yeah, what is the Chinese script called?
I think it's called.
There are variants to it, but
Yeah, sure. But what is it
Lots of
called?
samples collected. That's a good mission in mind.
that's a good question. Actually, I don't know.
I think in the West it's just called Chinese.
It's probably
Maybe.
the Chinese script.
The
Yeah.
galactic war waits
Because
for
yeah,
none.
because
Are you ready, Helldivers?
Mission coordinates
because in the spoken version
Hellhounds Prime.
are versions like
Engaging
Mandarin,
orbital thrusters.
not Cambodian, starts with a C, I think.
It's just a
The
Chinese.
southern dialect.
It's descended from the Oracle Bone script invented in the Yellow River Valley during the Shang Dynasty. Not the other Shang Dynasty.
God damn it. Even that sounds kind of badass, but like, you know what? I think watching.
That's the one thing the Chinese have figured out.
You know, the
At
problem.
very least.
The problem is just like, watching Chinese series. Like, they just have 2 cool names. Like, like, one is like, titles in Chansha. That's one thing, but then you also, when you watch something like The King's Avatar, they come up with online names. You're like, God fucking damn. Because it usually has multiple meanings, and you're like, it's like, for example, from the series we're watching right now, one of the characters' titles is Blood Rain Flower Seeker. And you're like, good fucking lord, that goes hard. Or like in The King's Avatar, one character, someone makes a new character and names their character 1 Inch Ash, and you're like,
Quick question: was the stratagem we were supposed to use the orbital 380?
I don't. Maybe you could use it if you want to.
No, I like
380
for the
HE.
mission.
What?
Orbital 380 380 millimeter HE barrage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Supposed
You know what,
to? I don't know what you mean with supposed to.
For the
Minor
the
order today. We
Yeah.
could just do it on the side a bit. It mainly counts for everyone, so that's that. But can I say, by the way, when Lena said that, I understood orbital 380 millimeter ADHD barrage.
I mean, yeah, that's just like this squad.
I mean,
It's also nearly the same thing.
yeah, it's not really hitting. It's like, I was like, oh, new target. New target. It's not really precise.
Yeah, it's not precise.
It does a job, but also not that good.
Yeah, maybe we should like shoot Helldivers with the HE barrage. Like the Helldiver barrage.
Okay.
You spawn NPCs and they fight for you. That would be cool.
By the way,
There was a thing that they were talking that there's supposedly going to be that is what's it called? the supposedly they were working on making a AI squad that you can call in via stratagem.
Yeah. Yes.
Like
Can I-
thief soldiers or something like that.
By the way, I just wanted to say I wanted to go to the toilet first, but also before that.
Then just say toilet.
Yes, but I want to say one thing though before, because someone had just banger post on Blue Sky right now, because you know the inauguration is going to be inside because of forecasted frigid temperatures, and they just said the people who want to forcibly take over Canada are moving an event indoors because it's minus 6 degrees Celsius outside. Lol, LMAO even. It's like fair point, I guess.
Let me double check that number because I think it's going to be colder.
You do that, and yeah, you go to the toilet.
It's actually going to be more like -10, but Celsius, but that's not that big of a difference.
Ice skating weather.
Yeah.
Like when you're that cold already, it's not that big of a difference. I think the problem would probably be the wind chill, and
That means you do not have enough Jack Wolfskin jackets.
yeah, like Tim Waltz made a Twitter post earlier today. Well, tweeted out earlier today, like it's not basically saying that it's not too cold to do an event outside, and it had a picture of him covered in snow.
Yeah. I mean, and I understand that you can move it inside, especially like if you have
Yeah.
older people and stuff, or I mean,
There's also the issue of
But it's-
that's another slight issue is that the night before, the day before, it's going to be snowing, and we're about to get 6 inches, which if it's times 3 is about
6 inches is 152 millimeters, because that's also a cannon caliber.
okay.
So it's 15,
so, yeah.
15 centimeters.
Yeah, so about 15 centimeters of snow, and none of that's going to melt between the time of then and the.
nothing you can't
inauguration.
walk through. But okay.
I do kind of get it, like, because if it's supposed to be an inauguration, like you're sitting
Listen.
still or standing still for an extended period of
Yeah.
time, that makes it much
Yeah.
older. But
I understand
yeah,
that, but the
no,
joke is still
no,
good.
it is still funny.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I
a
know,
good
I agree. It's
joke,
still
like-
funny. I fully agree.
Oh,
It's
you're
still,
scared about the cold.
Yeah.
Like, I get why, but like still, oh, you're scared about the cold.
Yeah.
Also, wanna bet he's gonna be bragging about having the biggest crowd ever, like last time when it was barely filled.
I already mentioned that with the MLK thing. He'll probably brag about either his crowd or the things that he's done for black people.
He will do some shit like. I still remember how he bragged about the crowd last time and then posted pictures of Obama's inauguration. That was just wow, amazing.
I like my laser.
Lasers is honestly, I just love it because okay, so the thing is, the orbital laser actually destroys the Illuminate's outpost ships, so you can just go and just yeet the laser, and then they just like as salt just destroys the heavy encampment. You don't need to do stuff; it's just remote work.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, that's probably one of those things where like, I don't know, is the orbital laser the best stratagem against the Illuminate? Kind of. You don't need to do shit, so
It's very multi-purpose. You can start with melting an outpost, and like in 4 minutes right now, the laser's online again, which is probably when I sooner or later can run away from a walker, and it kills the
I
walker.
got the terminal.
And lots of small fry as well.
Yeah, I think the issue is that the Illuminate just don't have enough ways to call in reinforcements.
True.
Therefore, you end up with a lot of easy ways to get rid of.
Yeah, the Votless have also bad eyesight, so you can escape them very easily.
Yeah.
Engaging terminal.
Requesting sentry.
Not to mention that you have the urban environment that has a lot that is
Yeah.
conducive to like avoiding enemies.
Yeah. And
I
a
did
jetpack.
activate the SEF SAM site, right?
Probably interacted with it.
Now I'm...
Sub-objective near your location.
Oh, I think I have it. Oh, wow.
Outpost cleared. Tactical asset near your
Found
position.
something.
Music is nice though, even though I think the bot music is still kind of the best.
Well, also, you can really easily distract them with turrets. Like, I'm doing a SAM site and nothing will bother me.
Bother, not bother.
Bother.
Yes.
Oh, bother.
What a bother.
God damn it, no.
I know. That was intentionally mispronounced, though.
Well. Honestly, okay, so there's a thing, I think I said it before, but like, I've had to see it again, and like, and interestingly, I just had I think Marcel and I had a talk with someone about, localizations and stuff, that I think, I generally like when localizations, add dialects and shit. It just adds to the flair of a game, especially when, a character had already, a thick dialect in the beginning. Like, it would be good to do something similar. Like, for example, in Naruto, the frogs speak like a really, really thick Hokkaido accent, dialect. And so, when they translated it into German, they were like, okay, we need another thick dialect, so they spoke in Saxon. It's very charming in my opinion. Like when you read that, it's a good localization in my opinion because like you actually get the meaning. It's like, oh yeah, they're rural kind of folks.
Yeah, like, I heard some like there was this anime like in 2023 I think about like the Hokkaido Gyaru and like they obviously in Japanese they have these Hokkaido accents and then in the English localization they gave them like Minnesotan and Canadian accents.
I mean that fits, I guess. Yeah,
it's very
like,
funny.
It's like the meaning is intact. I'm
Yeah,
by the way.
yeah, it's very funny. Very appropriate.
But then also I feel like a lot of people just especially English people always put something up from localizations in other countries and then just talk bullshit like, oh, people upload videos of like, the German localization of Helldivers 2 special, and like I hear that and it's like, no, it sucks ass, it's bad, it's like really fucking bad and generic, and then you just only pretend like, but German is the Nazi language, and I just sit there being like, listen, fuck up.
Then also, Zep, you kind of need to reinforce her at some point.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't
dead.
know.
I said that.
No, you didn't.
I said I was
Also,
dead.
I'm carrying the black box, so I.
Oh, okay.
1 second.
I want to collect my stuff. Yeah,
Sorry.
it's no worries. It's just because like, oh, German is the Nazi language, and first of all, here are two things why I would say that it's bad, because like, first of all, no, it's not. There's like a caricature of the language that is associated with Nazis. Second, the voice actors don't do that. They speak like absolutely generic as fuck German. It's like, it's actually really bland. And third, and this is kind of the most important part for me, the way Nazis speak, even the character, doesn't even fit the game. Like, the thing is, Helldivers 2 riffs on Starship Troopers / American imperialism language and shit. The language that fits the most is English. It's weird to me that it has that is like Yeah. Then, people are like, oh, but, one language is for that evil part, I guess.
I will say that as someone who speaks English, it's not like I have this same opinion or a very similar opinion towards the English voice acting that you have towards German voice acting.
I mean, it's it still talks with the it talks with the with a lot of stuff you also heard during the Bush era, about defend democracy and stuff. That's what it's riffing on, and that's that's where it's coming
No
from.
need to move. Go back. Go the other way a little bit. Yeah, it started out perfectly fine.
Okay. Well, then we're already done here.
Pretty
Yeah,
much.
Oh, you can
Like-
already move. Like, they don't put out enough DPS to kill the console, so.
So that's my thing. Like it is an English thing.
I
So
mean, in the end, I'm still of the opinion that English game, Japanese game, German game should only have the dub of the language in the first place.
fair point.
Or rather, at least the primary audio setting should be for that language.
Freedom.
Yeah.
I would go
Or
further.
it could be an
I would
intention,
say
yeah.
don't do it in the first place.
Awaits your request.
Or it should be like an intentional design decision by the devs, not like
Yes.
localization for the sake of localization.
Yeah, like
Like what you said about like the just absolutely generic newscaster German.
Sample.
Like
By the way, Agonia. Agonia, bunker.
Bunker. Okay,
Bunker.
Bunker.
I'm coming.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I'm sort of reminded of like there's one character in Arknights who got English voice acting that I really like because it's full of personality and it's I liked it. But then another friend of mine listened to it and like can't even switch it back to Japanese because apparently it's an like a British voice actor trying to do an American accent, but in doing so, the accent sounds all over the place in a way that I just can't even identify. But to her, it just sounds completely fucking wrong. And it's yeah another case where knowing the language more closely actually like makes it worse.
Yeah.
And to me, it just sounds perfectly fine.
Yeah, I mean that's probably always a thing with that.
Yeah, if you do want to do an accent like that, hire somebody who, at the very least, is like very good at that, and ideally, preferably somebody who actually speaks that language. Because there are
Yeah.
some other like
I mean-
again.
There's actually an interesting thing about that. I posted actually on the server in the Battlefield chat because someone made a video about the fact that Battlefield 4 memes are still going strong in China, and one of the reasons for that is actually the is actually the voice acting. Because, okay, here's the thing. One of the things Battlefield 4 does, which I find kind of interesting, is the fact that basically, if you play in English, it's this is how they intended to play, but like also the Chinese characters still speak Chinese, and they have
The Russians will do Russian.
yeah, they still put a lot of effort into all of that. That it feels kind of coherent in that, and in general, for example, the Chinese soldiers in the multiplayer and such are speaking pretty well. The thing is, the main antagonist, Admiral Chang. I think what happened is they had a Chinese actor from the Cantonese region speak Mandarin, and he has a very, very thick accent, and mispronounces the shit out of things.
Yeah, if you
Well,
know
it-
how easy it is to mispronounce
it's
Chinese
not really-
to change the words in
Or like
general.
not even mispronouncing, he just speaks so weirdly that you just hear weird shit out of it, which has created a lot of meme potential because, for example, in one speech he gives in the game, he talks about I don't know what it was supposed to be, but he basically a lot of Chinese people heard he said something like sending their warriors of the highest quality, and everyone's like, okay, what the fuck? So they're calling the game Equality Warrior 4 in China. Or another thing that happened is that there's an interrogation scene at the end. He says, he basically says, kill him or get rid of them. But again, because his accent is so weird, it basically sounds like list them up on the stock market, which is one hell of a euphemism for kill people. So they just put them up on list them up on the stock market. It's just a meme in China because of that, and I love that. It's surprisingly beautiful. Because again, also just a great euphemism. List them up on the stock market. Okay. Weird thing, but I do feel threatened to a degree. Yeah, it's just one of those things, if you don't watch out, whoops. You can sometimes just create very funny things. I mean, also the fact that they had, before that someone just, screams the very basic line, what was your mission in Shanghai? And so every time there's a news report or live stream in China, that's in Shanghai, people spam the chat with what was your mission in Shanghai? This is a bit of overview, but it's interesting to see that, that this happens. Okay, let's get in there. Pelican 1 to see for us. Oh god! I'm taking your samples. Oh god, I'm out. You're reinforcing?
you.
Okay. Ah, fuck.
You got the samples.
I got the samples. I got the
And
samples.
I'm on the planet.
I didn't know if I should have...
You're dead again.
Died. Whoops. Yeah.
Well, I threw a crap ton of grenades, so...
Yeah, but it was an artillery site. Ooh.
Yeah, somewhere.
Did we get super credits?
I didn't saw sites for that. That may be in the bunker.
The bunker had 3 support weapons.
Great. Just what we needed.
Definitely what we needed, yeah.
There was a stalwart in there.
Generous.
Oh, yeah, generous. I mean, it's sometimes, like, localization is kind of hard, because, like,
Yeah, that's why I generally prefer to just put it in the language
Yeah.
it was originally made for.
yeah. I think in some interesting ones here are, I mean, okay, I think one localization that basically broke our fucking childhood here was... So remember New Kids Turbo?
Mm-hmm.
They basically, because they, speak in kind of a,
Is the sort of statistical
I don't know how to you say it in the way, in German we say asozial. They're like,
It's a bit different.
basically they're doing the fucking same shtick in Germany, and the whole way
Yeah.
they spoke, this weirdness, it just, that shit started, just dominating the language here, because like, I think there's a scene where I think a gas station explodes, and in Germany he said so ein Feuerball, Junge, and that just became part of the meme repertoire here. I mean, you can still say it now, like, yeah, you're playing Helldivers, something big explodes, so ein Feuerball. Which is just weird, because, like, it's also just
a
so weird.
defense mission, right?
No, it's we need to bring something and then evacuate the civilians.
So more defensive stratagems.
I guess. Oh, the Hellward Space Operator is active through the Democracy Space Station. Nice. Yeah, that's one thing. But also, so there was this French movie called, holy shit, was that movie actually a thing outside of France and Germany? Basically, Welcome to the Sti, was it called? Oh. it's a comedy thing because someone is like he wants to work in southern France because like Provence and shit, and then I don't know through what, but like, he gets forcibly he gets actually put in the north of France, and they're all like, oh no, the people up there they're weird and speak a weird dialect and all that, and then it's like actually family comedy, they all found out like, oh, they're very heartful and nice, the shit. The thing is, they basically made up a whole dialect to speak for the German localization. So it's it's like something that mimics the speech of the French dialect. So it's not just a German dialect put over, but like a whole thing to speak in a way to speak so it sounds distinct and you get the point. A weird amount of work is what I'm saying.
I mean, if you know what you're doing, it's not that difficult to create a language or dialect, especially a dialect, because ultimately it boils down to. Because ultimately it all boils down to patterns.
Yeah, I mean the thing is more like.
Not many people have done it.
Not many people have done that, first of all, and also just doing it for a movie, especially that it's just
There's not a lot of times where there's a good reason to do so.
Yeah, unless it's basically your hobby and you're like language professor.
Yeah.
Or you're Tolkien.
Yeah, he was a language professor.
I know, I was just want to point out there's a convergence of all of that.
That's not odd, it's just...
I mean, Tolkien was basically like, hey, look, I made a language, and it's like, who speaks that language?
No one.
Let me come back to you in a few years. So what happened to your language? Basically, I wrote a bestseller children's book, and now so the publisher wants me to write another book.
Yeah, he wanted to make the first thing, if I remember correctly.
Rare sample of
But he was basically told it wouldn't sell. And that's why The Hobbit was made.
Yeah, basically he wrote the Silmarillion, and then his editor was like, dude, no one will read the fucking Silmarillion. Can you just make, like, a normal fantasy story in it? And then he was like, okay. And the funny bit is, he basically, sat in front of the paper until he was like, there was once a hobbit living in a hole, and like, the sentence just came from him, like, then he just worked from there. The hobbits weren't a part of Middle-earth until he wrote The Hobbit, and was like, let me just add some small little people into this world that are, kind of, just there because you need some, you just like the idea of the hobbits. And the hobbits are kind of amazing, actually, in terms of what he added in the lore. Like, let's not forget, the Witch King of Angmar once tried to take over the Shire. He tried once. The hobbits.
Yeah, but he didn't understand. He didn't understand what second brunch was, so he lost.
Oh no! The thing is, the hobbits basically turned it into a hardcore guerrilla warfare.
Oh, yeah.
And no one wanted to deal with that. The hobbits were just that ferocious. Like, that's the funniest bit about the hobbits. That basically, it is canon that you invade the Shire, you have to deal with punji pits. That's just like, oh yeah. Apparently, it was so bad that even later, the people that tried to conquer the Shire, they just were like, no, we're not speaking about that. Which is like, it's just one of the funniest bits, because like, how bad was that actually? You just get glimpses of, nope, you don't deal with the fucking hobbits. The hobbits just fuck you up. Like, it's beautiful, I think. It's just the right kind of, just leave that out and be done with it. But yeah, we basically wrote a children's book, and it was like, cool. And then everyone was like, yeah, could you maybe write more of those? And then he was like, I guess I'm writing another Hobbit story then. And then he did that.
Got a sample.
Calling in reinforcements.
Oh well. You know what the funniest part about that is? That a lot of people always are, you know, there's actually so much you can talk about the Lord of the Rings because
Calling down
they're
a sentry.
generally really
Found
well written
something.
books in a lot of ways that, you know, you only notice on like a few read-throughs later. Like for example, a lot of people point out like,
There's
oh hey, the
sample
beginning of,
acquired.
for example, the Fellowship is, you know, it's very it's very upbeat, you know, like, oh hey, this is, you know, more The Hobbit. Even if you know watch the movies, it's like, oh hey, it's very upbeat. It feels like very much like, oh, it's just more The Hobbit, it's more adventure story. And then the second half suddenly gets pretty dark and depressing, and you're like, oh okay, what happened here? Until you realize, okay, the story literally switched authors in the story.
Like perspective, yeah.
No. The thing is, one of the key things about The Hobbit is that The Hobbit is actually a book called There and Back Again, written by Bilbo Baggins inside of the world,
Okay.
which is his travels to, you know, the Lone Mountain and back. He was there and back again. It was his story, and then he later tried to finish it, you know, finish it up. And also, and this is a key thing which, you know, you can roughly see in this
Found something.
in the movie, but it's more explicit in the books. See, when the Fellowship arrives in Rivendell, he hears of their, you know, what they did to get to Rivendell. So Bilbo writes it down, and then hands over the book to Frodo. So this is why everything up to Rivendell is basically the same as The Hobbit, because Bilbo wrote it, and then he hands it over to Frodo, who writes in a much, much darker tone, because, you know, he's
it's
been
Frodo.
through shit. It's just a wonderful little detail, in my opinion. Like, yeah, the book changed authors, even in lore. This is why the writing style just changed. Which also,
No mag.
ironically, makes for a very natural transition even inside of the book series of, you know, oh, you read The Hobbit, you read The Hobbit and then go to Lord of the Rings, and like,
Found something.
it feels like a very natural continuation, even though it changes very drastically in tone. Fucking love talking about media.
Requesting sentry west. Far.
Oh yeah. Then again, I can also talk about the fact that, you know, sometimes media is just kind of good even if it's written badly. Like, I will always say to people, don't fret about like, oh, can I write well? Will people remember my writing if I don't write well and such? And the answer is, listen, Germany still teaches Schiller in a school. Schiller wrote awful. Like, his prose sucks ass. As in, you know, he basically looked at sentences and was like, punctuation is for losers. I'm using commas here. So all his sentences are just shit long chains of everything. But the shit he wrote was good. Like, you know, that's why, you know, people still talk about it.
Calling down fortifications.
Found something.
Now I'm talking about
Requesting
old
air
German
support.
books that probably no one read besides me.
I read it.
You read The Räuber?
Yeah. But I don't remember much.
It's pretty good.
Oh, I think so.
Orbital inbound.
Problem is I don't remember much yet.
Oh well. What the fuck? What? Just shoot at me. Oh well.
Requesting sentry.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you could. It's always funny how then at some.
With honor.
You know what's really fucking embarrassing when every time I see it online, where people are like, "Oh, you don't actually need to read, the old classics, and then add some really weird addition to it, like, and then you look at their profiles and they're like,
Requesting orbital.
young adult novels and readers, and just exclusively, and you're like, wow, maybe you should not say that.
Well, we know good young adult novels.
There are, but there's just a lot of very big. It's just a lot of very mediocre crap.
Yep.
That's just.
Sample collected. Package acquired. Drop in package. Package acquired.
Just loading an SEAF artillery while laser just casually burns down beside me. Ah, come on.
Dropping package.
You're not done yet?
No, I'm. Oh god. Okay.
Well, just tell me when you want to extract.
I can't seem to exit my vehicle.
Oh,
Oh, that's not good.
then kill yourself. That's kind of the solution in
I need-
Helldivers.
Oh, now I can.
Ooh, you avoided
Well, I couldn't even do that because it wouldn't let me aim or use my weapons.
well, but you could be dry.
No.
Oh, yeah, that's terrible.
I was quite literally, like, stuck with nothing that I could do.
So, yeah, should we go on without you, or?
Do you want to leave the area?
Yeah, we're already done with everything.
I'm coming. Yes, I'm coming. I just wanted to do the SAF artillery, but
You can still do it.
no.
Yeah, just do it. Do it. I can give you cover fire from here.
Get some! Get some!
There. I need an orbital laser though.
I don't think Zeph has one.
Hello? Game?
Package acquired.
What?
Drop in package.
Apparently I can't exit things now. Even turrets.
Huh.
Nope, I'm not getting this shit done. I guess.
I still have a laser cooldown, so I can't help you there.
Say hello to democracy!
Well, then you don't get it done. It's fine.
I'm just collecting shit over there.
Yeah.
Angry. Yeah. Let's talk about more fun stuff.
Yeah.
Found something!
Anyone has some fun topics?
No.
Come on, it's not that hard to have topics.
I don't know, I'm just not in the headspace for fun topics.
What anime have you been watching recently?
Okay, basically we were watching the Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation and now Heaven's Official Blessing, which is more Chinese stuff, so, and gay.
Chan-chan. Yeah. It's gay Chan-chan.
Yeah. We've been watching yaoi, but good yaoi. I know, a rare occurrence.
That's not... I'd say yaoi tends to be about 50-50.
It depends, but this one really falls under. Oh god damn it, that is good. Like, shocking.
Well, it also depends on if it's yaoi bait or if it's actual yaoi.
It is actually like.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it goes heavy on the romance, but it is there.
It definitely it is a romance and it's really well written in my opinion. Because like, oh yeah, there are stakes and the characters have interactions and it's good. It's good. You're like, oh
Yeah,
yeah.
the first one is more war and drama and mystery, and the other one is a bit more slice of life. Because it's basically a low-ranking divine
God.
official. Yeah,
Yeah.
you could call it.
You know, ascended to basically godhood and now has to deal with shit.
For context,
At least in that genre, like
in that genre, being a godly official isn't much.
like you're technically a god and you technically need followers, but also
He has no followers.
yeah, because he's kind of a failure to a degree because he, you know, he basically ascended 3 times, so he also was kicked out of heaven 2 times. Which is a thing to manage, I would say.
Yeah.
Like imagine you had to ascend to godhood 3 times.
And every time something unlucky happens and he got demoted and now he's the scrap collector god because he's scrap collecting all the time.
He's like, oh yeah, I know that feeling because I scrap collected there like 200 years ago.
Liberty has seen you through.
Or you know, then it turns out he once he once was a general, but also like he literally got just demoted all the time.
Yeah. Because he wanted to minimize casualties on both sides in the civilian population.
Yeah, and so everyone just got angry at him because they were like, why do you want to stop us fighting and shit?
Yeah, and then he got trampled to death.
Yeah. Oh god. That happened, I guess.
That's kinda his part of his backstory.
Yeah, it's really not badly written. It's really nice. But again, novelty.
I'm sorry. I was just checking the local subreddit. There's a post that says, "So MAGA's CEO pulled the plug on outdoor inauguration because it's going to be cold," and someone replies with, "Well, it is supposed to snow on Sunday, and we know how much they hate snowflakes."
Okay, that was also good. God.
That's why
Reddit.
they're in favor of climate change.
Destroyer.
No more snowflakes. Especially
You
not
see,
the special
there-
ones.
There is reason to keep Reddit around. Sometimes the bullshit trolling is funny.
I mean, you know, sometimes it is kind of fun to
Yeah.
watch. Yeah.
Sometimes there are even topics in Reddit that are helpful. Sometimes.
Yeah.
Do we want to do some bugs or automaton destruction?
Sure. I don't mind either.
Oh, we can vote whether
I enjoy fighting bots.
But okay.
Okay, I also like that. So, interesting. We can you can vote on whether Democracy Space Station is going. In 3 hours it moves. So, the location is people are voting to staying in Rilga Bay. If you wanted them on Heath, one wanted them on Helldivers. So, interesting. Actions. What it does. Orbital blockade, which is
Oh, there it is. The thing Tim Waltz said, there's no such thing as bad weather, just bad clothing.
okay. You know what? I respect the guy, but that's a North German saying. He stole that from us. That's literally a German thing.
Good on him though.
Yeah, good on
You
him.
need to remember, the north of the U.S., especially Tim Waltz's area,
Yeah. I think
high German ancestry.
fair point, I guess. They all came
Hi-
from Hamburg.
High German as opposed to Wood German?
Yes.
Are Germans elves?
Maybe.
Probably.
I mean,
Shadowrun, yes,
Honest-
yes, some are elves.
Honestly, I see a lot of elves that are portrayed as German or German adjacent.
Yeah, like which part of Germany became elf territory in Shadowrun?
it depends. There's some southern Germans and there's some on the Baltic Sea.
See?
Yeah, I
Elf
know.
pirates.
What?
They're elf pirates.
No, they actually can have a small.
They will still have elf pirates.
Actually, the politically correct term is Viking.
Is it? Because that they also have to be Norse to be
Don't ask
Viking.
me.
Because when we asked the Rus if they were Vikings, they said no.
Well, then in that case, the Rus are just being what is it, racist to themselves? I don't know.
No,
Again,
not
don't
that.
ask me. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Oh, if we donate some samples, we could get the optional 380mm HE barrage during missions.
I donated for Eagle Storm because I had
Yeah.
500 normal samples, so that's not a problem for me.
Yeah, okay, that's true. That's a thing. I know. I find this interesting. You know what? Then let's just keep them here, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's do some bots. People are working on the Tannis sector, it seems. What
Are
do we
they?
have here? Yeah, doing stuff here.
What's the other sector? Hello. There's just one
The
planet.
Lastiel sector. Yeah.
It's a frozen planet.
So nowhere is even much progress in the first place.
I would say that bottom point on the Lisa, that does seem to be a either a one or adjacent to a supply line sub. That said, Klasa would be better to
This
cut off.
one? Yeah.
Well then, let's do jungle. I like jungle.
Welcome to the jungle. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah. What do you want to?
Initiating
Killing,
FTL
doing an
jump
ICBM.
to the Plaza system.
Also, oh, there was a space station.
Hi, space
That station is next.
FTL jump successful. Mission coordinates locked. Hellpods prime.
I just had an interesting thought about FTL travel.
Okay.
Theoretically, if you move faster than light, what if you moved faster than light and then moved faster than light back?
Then
Would you technically see yourself?
I don't think you would see that because the G-forces would instantly pulp you.
I mean, first of all, that. Second of all, it would probably be the same thing as with on a train. You know, your velocity is the same. You can't really. It would equalize. You know.
I meant more like would you be able to maneuver in a way in which you see your after image?
Technically possible, but could you see your after image really? Or because you are faster than light, do you even see anything in the first place? At that point.
Well, I mean, after you finish traveling.
Technically. You should.
And in that case, how would that fuck with our perceptions of reality and time?
A lot.
A lot, yes. A whole lot, actually.
I'm unsure which weapon to bring. Maybe I just bring the crossbow.
I'm gonna bring the crossbow because I'm basic like that. Otherwise,
I'm bringing
might-
Disruptor.
Yeah. That would
Yeah.
be the alternative.
I mean, I'm thinking about maybe. I kind of want to try the Dominator, but I think it's. I heard it's mid now. It was good, but now it's mid.
Yeah, the Dominator is pretty fun.
I mean, the Slugger is also good, depending on what kind of.
Yeah. I just don't like the slugger.
Yeah.
That's more like a feeling issue at that point.
I think the funniest bit is that the Slugger / Punisher is just straight up a real life weapon
Yeah, and?
that never made it to production because it was. I mean, it wasn't produced, but it's one of those. Yeah, not mass adoption, which is just so weird to me that we have those, but we don't have the standard pump action shotgun that's one of the things where I feel like they should maybe have some manufacturers that they do designs differently per gun, idea, because like I mean this one is just like the yeah. Anyway, I'm putting everything. I have an Eagle airstrike. You're using the rocket pods.
Why not?
Fair point.
Makes bigger boom.
I'm trying my best at the fucking ballistic shield again.
The rocket pods are not that bad for taking down the super heavy stuff.
Pod launch initiated.
Yeah.
Like, because the reload time is not that bad.
Yeah. It's the rearmament time that's big, large, long.
Isn't rearmament time same for everything?
No, Eagle's airstrikes have several salves and then they need to rearm.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. It's like you shoot a couple times but the rearm time is the same.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about like the time in between shots. I mean like once you run out.
All the galaxy looks to you.
Ouch. You
I'm
stop
sorry.
killing me?
I wanted to kill the bot.
No, let me do it. I need to stim now because of you.
I'm sorry, I didn't even see that you were there.
That's your not mine.
Calling down a support weapon.
Next time I'm
You need to
shooting
be more attentive. You need to be more attentive to your girlfriend.
Yeah. Next time I'm shooting you with the explosive crossbow.
Hashtag relationship advice.
Oh god. I'm really holding back to not just shout in the microphone. I'm reporting from the surface of this planet. It's an ugly planet. It's a bot planet.
Ah, they found us.
Starship Troopers is a great movie. You know what? We should watch Starship Troopers with the server at some point.
Rocket pods.
It's gonna be interesting how the Helldivers movie actually turns out in the end.
I saw an interesting topic on that, where they basically suggested that the main character actually be the Eagle One. Like the only recurring character is Eagle One, and then literally everybody else is just Helldivers that die.
I mean,
Like,
that's a good idea actually. To do.
Like unidentifiable Helldivers that just die, and they all just so happen to be celebrity cameos that we don't know about.
Yeah, I saw that.
in
Yeah.
credits.
I mean, so
Like
it's basically
as far
doing
as we
the-
know, Helldiver 26 could be what's his face? Mario.
Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt, yeah.
Yeah, they could do that. But it's basic. But also, here's the problem. It's basically a Deadpool joke. That's a Deadpool 2 joke. Remember how they said because as he said, Brad Pitt is in Deadpool 2. He's invisible, and you see him for a few frames after, when he dies.
I guess, but
No, that's literally what
I mean,
happens.
in the yes, I know it's what happened, but technically the whole like unknown celebrity cameo thing, without it being a joke, was done before by Star Wars.
Really? Which one?
Yeah, they had a lot of they had a number of celebrities as stormtroopers with the Force Awakens.
Oh. I wish I hadn't commented when you stopped playing because I could pretend I thought that this was Vicky. Oh, hey, Gobstuff Girl, still there. Appreciate it. Hope it's enjoyable.
What are you talking about, Gothself Girl? We're playing Vicky. We're looking at line go up.
It's imperialism.
There is a
still.
line and it goes up.
Yeah, we passed a law, managed democracy.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Honestly, managed democracy. That would be a great 1st of April joke for Wiki 3, by the way. Added managed democracy. but I do hope it is enjoyable to sit here. I hope the cats also like it. It definitely isn't Vicky because no one has said, yeah, I started apartheid or something. Yes! I know. Vicky 3 has moments.
Have a taste of democracy!
I'm gonna call in the hell bomb. Ah.
Calling in a hell bomb.
I'm gonna get some samples
Engaging
still.
terminal.
Samples?
Hell bomb.
There's some special
Clear the
samples
area.
lying around here. I'm gonna collect them.
Don't know why you ask me.
Rare sample acquired.
The cats are very happy. That's good. I hope, Lena, your cats are also very happy. And I know, I think Ghost of Girl said once, like, one of her cats was very interested when I streamed, so... I don't know if that still applies. It was very cute.
Ow. I got bum rushed by silent robots. I don't like it.
I mean, it's
Then you
silent-
don't look over your shoulder for like 5 seconds. And then you're just surrounded by bots.
I mean, they're very stealthy.
Only melee bots, by the way. Even though they could have shot.
Ah, yes, the creeper ammo.
Basically.
I got the terminal.
Cats are very important to keep happy, actually.
Engaging terminal.
I mean, I'd say to all domesticated animals, or yeah, generally all domesticated animals you want to keep happy. Even livestock, because they produce better.
Yeah, and it tastes better. They're not only producing better, they taste
Yep.
better.
But then you have the big part of... But what if cruelty does make things better?
Cruelty does make things better as soon as we CRISPR the cows that they're always happy, and then we can treat them like shit to save space.
God damn it! Why are you inhuman anti-maxing right now?
I'm not
I mean, yes, obviously we could maximize cows to just be basically self-growing meat piles.
Yes, and they're always happy.
You know what? Why don't just not remove the brain in general? It would be truly the truth.
I don't know if it would be more efficient to do that.
Unironically humane.
I mean, yes, like
But cows aren't humans, so why are they being humane?
Requesting air support.
There you go.
yeah, it's like
Problem solved.
I mean that's probably the weirdest part for me when people are like, oh, we can just 3D print meat, and I'm just like, that's actually generally inefficient if you're thinking about it, because if you make it so that
Well, they don't want it to be efficient. That's not the argument.
yeah, let me put it like this: the problem I have with meat printing is the fact that it tries to ignore, it tries to remove aspects of it tries to remove aspects and make it it tries to sanitize the idea of the process. Oh, you just put in some numbers and then it just creates your meat. And because the thing is, as I said, if you would sit down and just take the DNA of cows and basically create meat bags that if you just pump in fluid and some feeding solution, without brains and shit, that just hang there and they just grow, that would be actually something we could technically even do, and it would be way more efficient than printing meat. But here's the thing: a lot of food discourse happens from the part of a lot of people are disgusted by the idea of producing food. It's about the aesthetic.
Producing food? What?
Okay, here's the thing. A lot of talk about food is, what is consumed and also how it's produced, for example. Like, yes, for example, we can make some very obvious things like the whole, going to geese and, stuffing them until they almost just explode inside. That's not good. We shouldn't do that. That's bad.
In fact, that also makes some of the food worse,
Yeah.
quality-wise.
Yeah, it's just bad. But also the thing is, again, when we then talk about stuff like what you see a lot of times is that then people are like, you shouldn't eat fast food because, they're putting ice in the burger meat, and then you just sit there being like,
That would be highly cost inefficient.
yeah, because it's stupid. It's wrong. It's not the meat that they would use because again, that's not what they're doing. It's just wrong. Eyes, eyeballs, and eyeballs, livers, and shit. That's actually the expensive meat, but for a lot of people, it is about the aesthetics. It's about they argue against stuff because it's we just need to gross people out. Not that would be It's about the process. It's about thinking about the process. Because again, if we just created basically meat bags in factories and could that would just grow there, that would basically make it so that the meat production would be it would be more human because again we're just growing something that at best has
You mean humane?
it would be more humane because we would basically create something that just has at best nervous cells that just react to things because it basically has a spine at best, doesn't have a brain.
What's your point?
The thing is, people don't like that idea because it would still imply, stuff like mass industry production, and also that thing would still be in some form alive, which plants technically are also like. Plants have a nervous system. Just by the way, whoever didn't know that.
They react to things just very slowly, and they can scream.
I mean,
At
that's
least
the thing.
not in a way we would perceive.
Okay, you know what? Let's put it like this: the idea of meat plants, like literal meat plants, grosses people out. This is why they are trying to do 3D printing, which would which is
Yeah, but 3D printing, as far as I'm aware, is essentially it's adjacent to cloning.
no, actually not. Like okay. No, it's way different. Like cloning would be like an actual cloning is something where you cloning is basically something where you duplicate cells, and cloning we do still in the human way. Like we just we just put identical cells into basically sheep, for example, and then it grows there, because the irony is nature kind of created the perfect environments for things to grow and expand. 3D printing would be, you need, first of all, cells that need to be, created somehow and somewhere. And then those cells need to be assembled by a printer into, into a steak. The thing is, this is technically possible. But also, like, holy shit, is it wasteful as fuck and not, like, in any way reasonable? Because, like, how the fuck do you want to scale the idea that, one printer prints a steak?
Well, several printer prints a steak.
Yeah. It's an inefficient method, but the aesthetic of it is very clean, very sanitized.
Found something.
So people like it. While the idea of creating meat bags that grow in a factory, which would amount to the same, would be a lot more efficient, actually. That aesthetic is not liked.
Probably they're thinking if you print it, it's not alive.
Whoops! I saw that hell pump a little bit too late. I just was like, oh, that's a hell bomb. Is it? Oh, boom. Ah, classic Helldivers. Where is my shit? Oh, it's over there. So I hope I got them. You know, we're talking philosophically about food production again. We're having the banger topics this evening. But I hope my point is a bit more understandable. I think there are technically more, you know, easier ways to achieve what we want to do. You know, when it comes to the idea of, for example, you know, humane meat production. The most logical thing to do would be just, you know, cut out the animal parts, quote unquote. Like, we can grow steaks on a field, like in Digimon, but growing meat is not that hard. You just kind of need some form of organism for it.
Sending in an eagle.
You know? And that's the part where a lot of people just have a problem with, because, oh no. Okay. Anyway. I feel like I just derailed the whole conversation here, and I don't know what people think about it.
A long time about something relatively small.
I don't know. I just felt like I had to elaborate because no one was saying anything. I feel under pressure here. I don't know what everyone thinks about. Oh no, Nia is a weirdo for saying we should create meat bags. I hope you don't think I'm a weirdo for saying that.
I mean, not for saying that now.
What? I didn't get that. Lena?
I mean,
technically we're all meat bags.
I mean, yeah.
We just have
what I mean is like we don't think you're a weirdo for saying that. Not for saying that, at least.
Okay, what?
Then
What
comes
do you
the
imply
follow-up
now?
question, the obvious follow-up question: what is she a weirdo for then?
I mean, we're all weirdos. I'm just generally joking.
I'm
We're all weirdos here, yeah.
You may proceed to extraction when ready.
Okay. Yeah. Then again, one thing I'm not weird for is liking girls. Liking girls is just very normal and based. Big fan of girls.
Yeah, I like girls too. That's pretty normal.
Yeah. Big fan of girls. Shout out to girls. You're great.
And I mean,
Also,
if
what I
growing
am
meat
livestock?
bags-
What, Gossip Girl, what do you mean with that? What do you mean
Hey,
with that?
I haven't even talked about how growing meat bags is probably not the most efficient way, and we should actually just invest in VR headset for cows so that they never experience reality. If we have the investment in that, it would also create like jobs and a good resource drain for new economy. Basically, like a 3D room where cows
Okay.
can walk in one place.
So what you want to do is you want to make the mood trick.
Yes. Then they can live the happiest life they can ever imagine, and we can pump them
It
full
won't
of
be a
zero
real
com-
life, but it's a happy life.
Yeah, but they can never know, so it's fine.
Well, fine. I'm dead. But yeah, I mean, by the way, just for everyone who's wondering why we're talking about it like that,
Request approved. Reinforcements on the
it's
way.
just fun. It's fun theory crafting. Like, the thing is, you're like, okay,
I,
how
extract
can
right
you
away?
do misery maxing, basically?
How can you how can you do you want to extract or not?
I don't know. I'm just here
Okay, then
now.
I'm just
I'm-
doing.
Add an objective.
Oh wait.
Then just finish the objective.
Yep, we're working
It's
on
just,
it.
it's just very funny. It's just very funny. How's it called?
Enemy tactical
Ideas
asset
of like,
ready.
okay, how can we maximize this bullshit to a degree? Like,
It's the how's it thought play basically of if we want to make it the most efficient way possible, how would we go about it in a terrible capitalistic way? Yes.
yeah, true. But also, the interesting part about that is what the hell happens?
I exploded.
Okay.
That
Very
happens.
normal. I mean, what also happens is what also is the thing about, like, yes, the mood tricks is horrible, but also it's a weird philosophical question. Okay, it's kind of a bonkers philosophical question. Let's put it more like that, because you're basically asking the fact, so if the if the argument is that that farming cows and shit is inhuman because they feel pain and stuff. Would it be okay if we just, completely eliminated reality, the sense of reality from that equation? Would that still be inhuman because the cow wouldn't have a fucking concept of living inside of a farm?
Yeah. I mean, most cows don't have a concept of living outside a farm.
Most cows
Yeah,
don't have
for
a
most
concept.
cows, that living inside a farm is just normal shit.
Yeah, that's how the world is. So, so do we
Not to mention, they'd essentially, a lot of times, with some exceptions, they'd be doing pretty much the same thing.
Yeah,
You just stand around and eat shit off the ground.
Cows are surprisingly simple animals, actually.
I have visual on the extraction zone.
Yeah, I mean, the thing that's different is that they do it over a larger area.
But,
And
it's
being
just-
in a confined
yeah.
area is like is to a degree stress and stuff. So.
Also, spreading. Oh, wow. Wait. Yeet.
Countdown initiated.
I'm out.
Stand by for takeoff.
Wait, why did you get into ship?
I don't know why she did.
They were all over there.
And
No,
And you didn't say to wait.
he said
I
he
did say to wait.
Yes, he said he's on the objective.
I didn't count as
Whatever.
And then I said, okay, then do the objective. So
yeah,
we're
but
all
I didn't count.
That's what I was doing.
Yes, I know. Yeah, apparently didn't get it.
I salute you for your sacrifice for
This
democracy.
is the second time you've left me behind today.
See, Nya is killing things.
And this is how Helldivers 2 is PvP.
What did you send there in the Discord? God damn it.
Hey, we were
But
talking
yes.
about how we were talking about girls.
Girls are very good, yes. I like girls.
Girls in industry maxing.
Big fan of girls. Big fan of smooching girls.
Since we already were in the concept of breeding farms, I have to bring up. What?
I just, you know what? That is just the most normal line to say ever.
I just remembered one of the things I found really funny about Forgotten Realms lore is since dwarves are dying out, but they have in the Forgotten Realms they have such strong blood that even half dwarves look like dwarves basically.
They're dwarves, yeah.
Yes, they have the same stats as dwarves and everything. Evil dwarf factions have begun making breeding farms to combat the population problem they have.
Welcome to weird D&D lore.
Yes.
So what you're saying is that dwarf genetics are so strong that they can just make more dwarves.
They're not really half dwarves in at least in the Forgotten Realms.
They're,
according to lore.
they're
just
technically half dwarfs in the sense that they are culturally half dwarfs. They're treated as half dwarfs if it's known, but you wouldn't see that, and so the dwarfs also couldn't see it. Like really, like there's
So dwarf genetics are the best in the world.
no. That would be, I think, ogres.
Yeah.
They're the it's the dominant genos.
But in general, like from all the, I know this sounds bad again, but from the civilized people, the ones that you can talk to that generally don't want to just eat you.
I mean, that is where, the writers from D&D came from. Like, oh yeah, there are civilized species and uncivilized species. And like, okay,
Yeah,
that's
it's weird.
That's a bad concept.
Yeah, like Gary Gygax had a lot of weird, fucked up shit like that.
Yes.
A
Although
lot of
he
it just
didn't
goes back
create
to
the
him.
Forgotten Realms. That were other
No,
people
yeah.
that did some bad shit with
Yeah.
the Forgotten Realms.
Yeah, like a lot of it goes back. Like the whole thing that always that kind of gets me that I found out recently-ish is the whole thing with the barbarian class, how they're just the like dumb brutes, is because he liked Conan the Barbarian, but he liked the idea of the barbarian, and then he read the books and he found out that Conan was actually intelligent and cunning and smart and well spoken, and it just and he was so upset that he deliberately made his barbarian class to be what he thought barbarians ought to be, which is just dumb, like manly brutes. Like, it's literally Gary Gygax's toxic masculinity, being too upset at Conan not being like that.
I mean, he's the guy that, first of all, invented a pretty well-designed children's TTRPG, and then had rants in his rules about how women can't play it because they're too uncreative.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's
when like I think his own daughter was one of those playtesters.
Yes. Yeah, it's like he's a really weird guy.
Oh,
it's someone who you want to be close with in any form.
Yeah, or just going off about paladins and like killing someone is actually lawful because back in the Middle Ages they cut off limbs in Britain if you raped someone, so no one raped in Britain, and you just sit there being like, what?
Yeah, he had...
Oh, he also just basically said that like the Native Americans deserved it.
Oh, God, yeah, seriously, the guy is just, what? He's fucking awful. And a lot of shit in on why it was like that in the rules is like was writing is because
nowadays it's more justified with lawful being basically you either follow the law or a law, which can also be your own code,
personal code. Yeah.
Yes, your own code of conduct, basically.
Yeah.
So you still can play the autocratic sucker if you want to, but
yeah. I mean, the biggest problem I would say is just okay. I have two gripes with the whole thing because like currently about the discourse is that two very obvious things are always being left out because it's like, first of all, I'd say current D&D is a lot of people try to fix it now and they're very bad at it. Let me just put it like this. I think a lot of attempts to quote-unquote fix D&D are bad. They're just really bad, and you can see how the people trying to do it are not good at that job.
They don't want to reckon with the the problems inherent. Like they want to fix superficial things, and they don't really want to touch all the deeper problems that it has.
Or actually maybe write a new law, or just having be like, okay, maybe we just reset the Forgotten Realms or something.
Most tables.
I have an idea for some of these people that'll solve all their problems.
Mm-hmm.
They should just make an AI that'll fix the D&D. That'll solve everything.
Oh God.
Wizards tries that.
They will. Oh no! Fuck! They will. Zeb. They will. Ah. This isn't even the case of don't give them ideas. It's just when will they do it? They will probably be like, let's just let the AI fix us.
People had the idea to have AI solve the California fires.
Oh yes, burn more water to solve the problem that is solved with water.
I also saw like one absolute like brain trust genius be like, well, we can just solve it easily. We just need a fleet of drones dropping water on the fire. That will solve it. And like in all seriousness, with of course an AI generated image of a whole bunch of drones dropping water. And like,
obviously,
where do you even begin with that? And of course, like this needs to be a privatized service.
We technically already have that, except it's with planes.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Like he was just he was saying this should be like a privatized, paid-for service.
Of course, you need a private.
Honestly, if they use something like the size of a Predator drone, then maybe. Well, actually, bigger
no, these
than
were just little
drone,
quad-rotor drones.
No. Oh no, I saw the. I know the image that you're talking about. I saw it.
You know what?
Yeah.
Maybe after all this time, fuck.
Someone exploded the hell bomb I called in.
I guess.
Probably the bots.
Maybe.
Yeah. So
if a hell bomb is armed and it gets shot, it'll start to explode.
you know, it's just the more I hear some shit about, you know, especially in the age of, you know, AI and all that, I feel like, you know, maybe Idiocracy was actually onto something, just completely wrong how it would happen and how it would manifest.
I mean, here's the thing: AI can be good.
Okay, you know what? I talked
As
about
much
this
as it's
before.
Oh, yeah.
I think the
Yeah, it needs
biggest
to be applied correctly, though.
also the big problem is just the fact that we keep having new names for that we slap over basically two completely different things. Like the thing what about is good about AI is stuff like how's it called? It's basically the pattern recognition systems. Those are really good. Like we also use them for a long time now.
For ages. Yeah.
They're amazing. They're like, you know, you can
It's really
like,
good
pattern
stuff.
recognition is so good because like it can actually be applied to so much things because it's just massive data it's just massive data solving. Like, for
Learning,
example, one good example where it's used in my opinion, you know, besides stuff like cancer prediction and shit, because there it's, you know, usually it's like, okay, listen, there's stuff is, for example, with trains. Actually, you know, hey, I can talk about that because one of the things that trains need, especially cargo trains, is a routine inspection to see is something broken. What they did now in at cargo depots, because before that it was a laborious a very laborious work of someone needed to go, you know, down the train and basically check every single wagon, is everything fine. Now they basically went and were like, okay, so that just limited how many cargo trains you could make per day. So now they basically went and, you know, placed cameras on the underside and the pillars and between on the rail of a bridge. And so the train just drives through it and it takes pictures. And then, you know, the algorithm goes over those pictures and like, okay, where are things that could look like problems in the future? You know, and that just and it's still, by the way, I need to point out, this isn't an automated system. As they say, it's not automated in any way yet. It is just like actually helping sort through massive amounts of data, so actual human beings can just go over it and be like, okay, this could be something, this couldn't be something, and just, you know, it's just a massive amount of data filtering. So yeah, no, that part is good because you know, pattern recognition is actually easy and it's one hell of a good thing to, you know, assemble for data. The problem is the thing that everyone tries to make money off right now, which they invested in, is pattern assembly. So basically you're more like, oh, I kind of want to have something that looks like that pattern, and that thing is fucking worthless for most things. Like, yes, it's used for stuff like upscaling. How did you kill yourself?
Walked in front of me.
Yes, you saw me.
No, I didn't.
Apparently.
I didn't see you at all, ever. Until I died. Because you walked in front of me when I was aiming down sights at a fabricator.
I guess. Whoops.
There was no way in which I could have known that you were walking in front of me.
Yeah, but like, that's the thing, you know. The pattern assembly is just not really useful aside from, I guess, you know, upscaling. So, you know, NVIDIA DLSS, for example, that's where it's used, because it actually has to, you know, see what is being produced and then accurately add more frames and such. That's good technology, actually. Well, now we come to the point of, yeah, what else?